this is a short video about, well, Rich is already laughing, it's never a short video, hopefully it's a short video, about the Q&A questions that you've sent in to me to find out what we do here. So Kimberly Curtis has emailed and asked where the running hair design came from, which I've addressed in an earlier video because Kimberly's question came in a few weeks ago. And how was it developed? Well, you just copy the original designs really and then tweak it slightly to make it possibly a little bit more attractive or knock out some of the garish aspects of it, because we have a sophisticated taste in the 21st century and we quite often like the subtle. So she says, do I focus on the current colour or target the original colour based on materials available at the time? That is such a good question. I really try hard to replicate exactly the materials, and that's why we weave our own linen. We have it woven for us exclusively with a Z twist, because that is what they were using. And the materials, you know, they didn't use a double thread in the 17th century, as far as I know. I've only found one example, and I think that was actually conserved with a double thread. So, you know, the way we try and adapt the original designs is quite interesting, because we don't really sew with a very thick thread that they had access to at that time. I've tried sewing with knitting wool to try and replicate some of the thicker threads, but it doesn't really work. I've never found something that could replace it, so I do slightly cheat sometimes. Right. So Monica has written in on an email saying she hopes we are well, home embroidery is getting better, but going round a curve she still has a problem with the blue line showing round the edge. Well, Monica, go back over the blue line, keep stitching layer upon layer until you get rid of that blue line. Always think of stitching beyond the line, just over it, not to it, otherwise you get that awful 5 o'clock shadow. So she's saying that she's noticed in my videos I use a double thread and she's only been using a single thread. That's fine, either or, but just keep going with more layers of stitching, either in single or in double. I tend to use a double thread for the first layer of stitching going around the edge, and then if it's not correct, go round with a single thread. Watch the videos going down over the unicorn rump if you've been watching those ones.